What's up, y'all? We just got through a crazy ass episode. Y'all know that shit was crazy. Thank y'all again so much, as always, for liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing. I appreciate it all. Continue to do that. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's try and watch all these videos all the way, the video all the way through. We got a lot to talk about. Y'all got a lot to see, and I'm pretty sure y'all got a lot of comments as well. So as always, please drop those down below. And yeah, enough of me rambling. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get on into it. You know exactly who my person is, but yeah, so yeah, like we said, that's crazy. This episode was
okay, so it opens back up with Rock and Lo tussling.
Round one of like
they was tussling, baby. They was fighting down. They was look, I love Lo, but she was knotted up.
That was, yeah.
She looked like Cardi B after that fight with Rollie.
Yeah, for real. Like she had four like strong ones right up there too.
It was bad. It was lump.
And the first thing I noted that she did when she got up, she was like, I feel like that was set up. Did you hear what she said that?
Yeah, I heard exactly what she said. She said, I feel like that was a setup.
She knew immediately it was, and it was.
And Rock was like, y'all on my time. Y'all forgot this is my show. I said, ooh.
Chrisean, she had me irritated half the episode, but she kind of redeemed herself at the end, but we'll get to that part. But while Lo was over there in the corner, kind of like getting herself together, popping them nails, it looked like she was trying to chew them nails off. She
was popping them nails off. She was being Brie.
She was ready to go. But Rollie is in the other room trying to get
Rollie said, I'm looking for an issue. She said, I'm looking for an issue. And this is where Biggie started to piss me off. Not go lie. She was pissing me off.
Ooh, this whole scene, she made me mad. But she came at Stunna because Stunna, she pretty much snuck Rollie on the bus, as we all saw, through that drink and snatched her wig. And then Stunna said that she wanted the security to move so she could get the Rollie because Stunna, she got that action. She wants to get active, which is why I respect her, because no matter who it is, she's ready for it. And she won.
Exactly. Then it skipped back to Lo running up on Rock.
I was just about to say that. She got stomped too. She ran up on her. She got one little good hit in, but Chrisean got up on her.
She got two. I slowed it down. She got one right here. She got two little good hits before Rock, boom, 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 and then drug her and then kicked her. I was like,
had that hair locked and snatched it off.
And Lo was like, bitch, you're pulling out my real hair. She said, this is not no fake ass shit.
Yeah. I could tell it was because you could see how Lo was straining her face, like, damn, that shit is hurting. And then she ended up running upstairs. And Razor was me that would be me the whole time watching people fighting. Razor was over there.
She was like, she said, maybe you should speak your opinions to everyone.
That was what I was about to say. She said, She said, maybe you shouldn't speak your opinions to everybody.
Because I could see both sides of it, to be honest. We gonna get more into it when they like had a conversation. But I could see both sides of it. But I was on Lo's side, to be honest. And you know I ride for Rock, and I love Rock.
Me and you on the same page.
But in this situation, I feel like they go try to compare it to the Persuasion situation. Two different situations. Persuasion was being hella disrespectful.
She was hating.
She was hating.
Lo was just literally and like we're gonna get to it towards the end whenever they start to really piece it all together and actually have a conversation. But Lo did not single Chrisean out, and
she legit said it multiple times. She said it wasn't just you, but since you're asking me what the issue was with you, then I'm gonna elaborate on it. But like I said, there was an issue with everyone, but you're asking me personally what was the issue. So of course I'm going to address you personally what the issue was. So I didn't get that. Also, DJ Sky pissed me off too. DJ whoever. DJ Squitch. I don't like that bitch. But anyway, we're gonna get into her. Okay.
But then we get back with Biggie now trying to jump in on a fight. So Stunna, it's like Rollie and Stunna, they was talking shit back and forth to each other the whole time, just talking shit. And then Stunna says she snatched Rollie's frontal out of her head. She snatched her out of her frontal, and Rollie was throwing shoes while she was sitting there talking shit. So then, as this was happening too, Natalie was saying that Lo in her confessional saying Lo and Chrisean are her girls and she didn't want them to fight and whatever.
She wanted that.
You started it. You're the reason why
she wanted that. But like later on in the episode, you see how she egged the shit on. She
egged the whole thing on. This would not have happened if she didn't have them sit down and have that conversation.
She egged that shit on, and no matter what she said, she egged. And then later, I'm gonna tell you about later on in the episode. She pissed me off, but basically, they got Stunna locked into this little living room foyer while the guards are out here building up a wall, like they Trump supporters or something, out here building a wall, trying to blockade. And she keep calling Rollie fat and Biggie fat. She said Bigums or whatever. And then Rollie said, "Okay, I don't care about the jokes." She said, "I want to get to the fight." And she said, "I don't give a fuck." And then Stunna was talking her shit. She said, "I snatched you up." Ooh, not me going pause. She said, "I snatched you up. I snatched you up." I said, "Ooh." And she did.
She ain't lying. But then we get Sky back in there with Lo in the I think they was in the kitchen talking about Lo, not Lo. She was in there with Chrisean talking about Lo scratched Chrisean's face and she mad and she pissed off. Like talking about Sky is mad and pissed off about Chrisean getting scratched. So it's like, why are you mad when you know Chrisean can handle hers? And that ain't got shit to do with you.
I know that's your friend or whatever, but like they already fought, and you already saw that Rock already handled Lo. So like, what's the issue that she got a scratch on her face? And also, if you just looking in the background, you just see Razor and Cat are so over it.
They are so beyond.
Like this. Look, this is them. This is them. The ghetto.
That's
the ghetto.
For real. That's literally the whole like this whole like big fight scene. That's literally them. They in the back just like this ghetto shit. Like, why am I here?
Yeah, like, they're like, what the fuck is going on? Razor's like, bitch, I've been to jail. This is too much.
Literally. But then she ended up, what happened? So then Chrisean said that Lo is the type. But Lo, because Lo came back downstairs because she went upstairs kind of like getting herself together. And I thought Lo was not going to come back downstairs to fight because the way she's getting herself together, she put her hair back in her hair. It looked like she was putting makeup on, at least touching herself up.
And Razor said,
came back downstairs waiting for it. Huh?
Razor talking about get your lip back.
Yeah, but was that at that scene? No.
Yeah, because that was after DJ Sky was talking shit.
Oh yeah, because Razor went upstairs and was like, "Look, the way you looking
friend, the way you looking, friend." Because Nat was saying something. Because I wrote down Nat so fake. I forgot why I wrote down Nat so fake.
Not because of what she was saying, sitting there acting like, "Oh, I don't want them to fight."
Yeah, she was being fucking fake, and then that's when Razor ran upstairs.
It was like
that staircase was nice though, but she ran up them stairs.
House for the next week's episode. That was nice.
That was nice. But anyway,
we'll get to that.
I'm not talking about the house, but
I felt Razor.
She said, "Friend, the way you looking,
you got to get down there and get
back.
You got to. Like, and I felt her on there because, like, leaving. If I got 4 knots on my head, I don't care win or lose. I got to put my hands on you at least once. So
your wig got to get off. Something
got to give. But then the next scene, we get Tommie. Tommie finally shows up to the house, and she said, "No." She said she knows something going on because niggas.
Why was the producers running outside like a pack of roaches?
They was running in and out the house because you know it's too much going on. So she like, I know something going on. So she comes in and then she asks him what's going on. And who was at the door with her? I think it was Biggie.
It was Biggie because I said Biggie is such a fucking follower because she's talking about what's up?
Irritating my soul, man.
Irritating.
So aggy.
It was Rock and Biggie and I think DJ Sky.
Yeah. So then they fill her in. Tommie then starts walking towards the commotion because you can see Tommie like she had her head down. She's looking like, where's this coming from?
She said, what the fuck? And then all I hear is Rollie said, "Come on, Stunna girl, I'm gonna show you how to stun, bitch." She give a good one-liner. I'm not gonna lie. That was a good one-liner. And Tommie was laughing. Tommie was giggling. I said, "That's how you know Tommie fucking reckless," because she giggling. She talking about crazy. She said Rollie about her shit. She said, "I like Rollie." She said, "I see Rollie fighting the bitch I got an issue with." So she putting down her stuff. She putting down her bags. Mind you, y'all. They are just getting to the house. You got suitcases laying in the living room while they fighting. Like they just got there. Just got there.
It's crazy. And then it's too because Chrisean then goes in there with Stunna and asks like, so what's going on? And then Stunna ended up telling her like her and Biggie was getting into it on the bus, and then Rollie ends up trying to jump in on it. And then Chrisean's telling everybody to move out the way. And
move out the way. I fucked with Chrisean for this part.
Me too. I was like,
she said, let them get their ones. But y'all got to remember where the show where Rock became famous on was South Central Baddies, and that's literally all they did.
It was the Blue Girls Club.
Oh, it was the Blue Girls Club.
On that. On the Blueface show that was on OnlyFans that got dropped on YouTube. I was watching it back in the day. That was during COVID. I think the South Central Baddies.
I get them mixed up.
But yeah, the Blue Girls.
But that's all they do is fight on there. That's all they do.
That's what they was doing on Blue Girls Club too. But she told them to move out the way, and they went up on each other. Both of them was hitting each other. So in terms of what it looked like leading into this episode last week, it looked like Stunna was getting off on Rollie. But to me, both of them was swinging. Both of them was connected.
Both of them was swinging. I feel like Rollie did more of a grab and swing, while Stunna was just throwing them. So I feel like Stunna got more hits. It was a tie to me.
It looked like a tie to me.
I don't even like Stunna, but I gotta give credit where credit is due. I heard them hits connecting when Rollie ran out the. She said, "Come on, bull, bring the bull in," and then that's when Rollie ran up and I heard.
I respect her. I respect her because like she don't play.
I don't respect her. I mean, but I give credit.
But you have another reason for why you don't respect her. Like her. I ain't think about it, but I'm talking about in terms of her as a fighter. I don't like her.
Well, yeah, she did. She did.
She don't do like she pop her shit.
Tagged Rollie up like Rollie was a fucking target and she was a dart. she was tagging Rollie up.
As soon as they finished, Tommie said, "Let me get my."
I'm next.
And she went in, and Tommie was throwing them things too. Like
they got to tussling real good. No, like that was a good fight because they started a little wrestling. Then they go poop, 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 poop.
This is when I got pissed because Rollie jumps back in, but it's not even Rollie that pissed me off. Biggie pissed me off because why are you jumping in on this fight when you just saw Rollie get her one? You just saw Tommie get her one. Tommie didn't need your help. But if you wanted to fight like they just wanted to fight Stunna, because all three of y'all want to fight her. Rollie got her one, Tommie got her one. You should have asked for your one. Okay, my turn. Y'all move out the way so I can get mine in. But clearly, Biggie is not what she ain't what she really be preaching about. Like she ain't really with nothing. Because if you really want to fight and you really as tough as you are and you think you can really beat Stunna, why are you out here trying to jump in on a fight with two other girls that can equally handle her by themselves? Like, what's the point?
Also, I think if Jayla was there, it wouldn't have went down like that. I think Jayla would have definitely jumped in because Jayla would have been like, y'all can't go back to back with her. Like, let her catch her breath and shit. And I don't even like Stunna, but like, damn, I just got done fighting Rollie or whatever.
2 rounds.
And now I'm about to fight Tommie right after. But I mean, they both had a reason to fight her, but I just feel like
all of them did. Truthfully,
they all did have reason to fight, but it was just like time and place. So
and it's just like punk shit. Like I think I can't stand the jumping shit, but
also you can't blame them because Stunna did have an issue back to back with all of them. She did.
But it's got an issue back to back. She got her ones with the.
She could get her ones back to back, but she did get jumped.
My issue is with Biggie because like the other two, they asked for their ones and they got their ones. You could have just let her get herself together, get back up because I'm pretty sure Stunna would have had no issue squaring back up and going off on you. I just don't understand it.
I don't know after that Tommie fight, Tommie was getting her real good.
She really was.
Tommie was getting her real good. I don't
throwing heavy ones too.
Tommie was getting her real good. I don't know. I know Stunna could talk all that shit. She got Rollie, but with that Tommie fight,
that one.
I don't know. And then all of a sudden, I just see blood dripping every motherfucking room. And Rollie leg is just bleeding. Her ass is bleeding. My bad.
She broke something where it was glass.
No, it was from the glass. So when they was fighting and they all got into a little jumping tussle, when security was breaking them up, it was some like glass thing by like I think the fireplace or something.
I don't know what it was, but it was shattered.
I think she fell into that and fell onto that when they was like breaking her because Rollie always falling in the fight sometimes when they be breaking it up. Yeah. So I feel like it punctured her little booty because she got a lot of ass. So she punctured her booty.
She said she hit an artery. She hit an artery in her butt cheek. So she had to go to the hospital. And while she go to the hospital.
No, but Nat was taking me out.
What did Natalie do? I'm laughing at Razor because
because they were still trying to fight, and Natalie talking about get out the glass, you guys. Watch out for the glass. She's so calm every time they get to fight because she just got her production hat on. She just be enjoying it.
Out of everybody watching this fight, she was the one that you could tell she was like where's my popcorn at?
Like, no, she was living for it. She told me, y'all watch out for the glass, y'all. She
was enjoying it. But Razor, like I said, Razor was upstairs looking like, again, what the fuck? It's because it's funny to me because they kept panning to Razor while she's sitting there just looking like.
She was like, what the fuck is going on?
We finally get to a whole new day, finally, the next morning, where Scotty and Natalie, they downstairs catching up about the fight and whatever. And then Natalie asking Scotty, why was Rock going crazy like that? Natalie, why do you think she was going like that? You sat there with the bug in her ear, and then whenever y'all sat down and had the conversation,
you put the battery in her back, and then they charged it up from there.
Literally, and that was it, basically. And then she basically said that everybody else got, and then the thing that pissed me off too was Scotty was saying that Rock had a lot of stuff going on, and then Natalie saying, well, everybody else had a lot of stuff going on too. But you didn't say none of that shit when Lo was sitting there saying the same thing that you literally was backing up. You didn't say nothing.
Like Lo is not, I mean, not Lo. Natalie is not y'all friend. So like if y'all get shiesty by her, then I don't give a fuck no more. Y'all should know that bitch ain't friend. But they was like, Rock gave her 3 warnings or whatever.
No, that was true.
And I'm just like, but like when you just having a conversation or whatever,
you need to be, because that's what we're gonna get into later on too. Because she brought up, Rock herself brought up a point at the end, but yeah, like if you having a conversation, you should be grown enough to be able to sit there and just have a conversation. You don't have to get up and fight because somebody
fight all the time. But also like different shows, different backgrounds. I'm gonna get into that later, but
yeah, we definitely get into that. But then Natalie was saying that Chrisean left because they still in LA. Chrisean left, Stunna went home, left. And Tommie went to the hotel. So the rest of them was still there. And then apparently they went to a French Montana party.
Yeah, because I don't know if you saw Lo like live or whatever. She talking about, bitch, I still went to the party and I was still cute or whatever. So she was telling them, she said, yeah, we went to a French Montana party. And then they said Jamie Foxx was there and he watched Baddies. They said he loved Baddies.
I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. I can't see Jamie Foxx watching the show.
Unpredictable.
I don't see it, but if they said it, we'll take that.
Why are you not moving?
But they're going to Netflix. They're going to Vegas next. But then in the next scene, we get Razor and Lo, and them knots is no longer there. She got damaged there, but them things was not permanent. So.
Material girl, yeah, Lo is back to looking good.
She was looking good, but Lo said that she felt ambushed, and she was that. Because like I said, that's the one thing I don't like about Chrisean when it comes to most of her fights. She do be essentially sneaking people. Like, do what Stunna did, do what Rollie did. Like, if you want to fight, give the person the opportunity to get up and fight.
Yeah,
you really.
But like on her past shows, like when she have gone to fights, people have just like tried her and tested her, and they wanted to fight for like clout, because mainly the shows that she have came from or that she been on before Baddies, they literally all they do is fight. There's rarely any dialogue besides arguing or storyline. It's just fight after fight after fight. So that's kind of what Rock is kind of used to in that atmosphere, because you know them bootleg BGC shows. They watch BGC for. All they watch BGC for was the fights. But the real BGC fans, like, you watched it for like the dialogue, the funny. That's why BGC 7 is one of my favorite seasons, because it was a hilarious episodes, huh?
Which one was Forever?
Forever.
You said BGC Forever.
I said BGC 7.
Oh, yeah, that was a good season.
Because
I even like the first season. The first season has the best fighter BGC. That was real. Like, it wasn't that much drama and stuff, but
no, BGC is the best season. Y'all comment down below which BGC season is.
7 was definitely, I still feel like 7 was the best one. 7
okay, yeah. Change your tune now.
But I still like season 1 though, because like I feel like they were real. It was the first
season 1 was long though.
It was long, but Ty, the reason why I like that season was because of her. That one fight that she got into with that white girl. What you rolling your eyes for? You didn't see that fight.
I saw the fight. I saw it.
That's a real fighter. She was throwing her shit. Like, but that's why I liked it. But
she is a real
back to your point. You was talking about season 7.
But I'm just saying, like, we watched the show for like fights as well, but like also content, like funny dialogue, one-liners, quotes, and everything. Ooh, yeah. I mean, but like a lot of those shows that Rock came from, all they did was fight. So a lot of girls used to just be testing her so that way they could get clout off of fighting her.
But she liked
Lo was like, what the fuck? I didn't sign up for this or whatever. She said these bitches came from fighting their niggas. I said, ooh, catch the shade, catch it.
It's true though.
Catch it.
So true. But Razor said, like, but Razor basically said after the fight, it just need to be squashed, which I agree with. Because, like, how much more fighting do you really need to do at this point? Y'all done fought enough. Like, at this point, either move.
And this is where I said I liked Razor. I love her vibe. I like her energy. Because, you know, first couple episodes, I was like, I don't know about her, but like, I like her. I'm starting to like her now.
I sniffed it from that little snippet that I watched. From
I don't like to prejudge. I like to grow.
I get it. If I get a good vibe off of
you, don't have to water it.
I typically am always right. I am a great judge of character. When I like you off rip, I like you off rip. That's why I don't lose friends.
I usually don't like people.
Like my best friends is friends that I got from like middle school and like elementary school. I
usually don't like people off rip. I'd be like, I do not like
because you.
People. and then I end up getting to like them. I'd be like, oh no, I actually like you. You gotta grow on me.
Let's go. We move to the next thing. Well, also we gotta talk about that though, because Lo said that she saw Chrisean slide up and didn't think nothing of it, and then Razor was like, so why would you not think nothing of it? Because like. Anybody in normal life, if you saying something and somebody might take it the wrong way, if they position like this and then they sit up and they looking at you and then I'm not even making eye contact with you at this point, and then I'm literally about to get up. Why did you not take that as a sign? I agree with that, but still, I don't like the way Rock did it though. But we move on to the next scene. It's Cat and Rollie.
Rollie got a new wig, that strawberry bubblegum wig.
Rollie, I don't know. Rollie be looking crazy to me.
I like the wig. The wig is cute. Now, whoever's wearing the wig, I never said nothing about whoever wearing the wig. I said the wig is cute.
Well, Rollie was basically talking about how she felt like if Stunna would have came up and apologized for throwing a drink, they wouldn't have fought. But Kat was basically asking if she felt like now that they got their fight out, did you get that off your chest? Kind of doing the same shit that Razor was doing. Like, what's going on? Like, are you cool now? Can we move on? And of course, who comes running out of nowhere?
With a blunt. Dominican Biggie, because, you know, she gonna let us know that she Dominican.
But, and then the thing is, too, with her...
I forgot to say, she showed
black, because, you know, Dominicans is black, but her... Have you, like... The way
but you know, like some Dominicans just be like, no, I'm Dominican. They don't claim.
They don't be claiming it, but you black. Come on now. But when she say nigga, it's just like she be saying it like too much. It's like, did you not notice like towards the end, like when she was crying, it's like every other word, it was nigga, 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 nigga. And I'm like, what is the point in that? But she came over there and she was doing like she normally do, hyping herself up, talking about how she was doing this and doing that. And then she claimed that she wasn't the type to really like confrontation. And I'm like, if you don't like confrontation, what are you doing? Like the whole season so far, you've literally been trying to confront Stunna Girl.
I feel like Biggie would be funny to me if she wasn't so cringy.
She's too much.
She's cringy to me, but she could possibly be like a funny person. But I just feel like she just done so many shit to where I look at her as a cringe way. Like,
and I feel like she's trying too hard. She could be funny.
Definitely is.
She naturally could be funny, but she's doing too much to the point where it's not even. I thought that was me. She's doing too much to the point where it's like.
Girl, stop calling me.
But she's doing too much to the point where it's just unbearable. Like it's at the point now where it's just boring. But Rollie feels like she thinks Chrisean fighting Lo was
out of line, basically. She said it was out of line, basically. She said like Lo wasn't even on that type of time, and you could tell.
And then she said that she felt like Chrisean probably did it because, like what she said, she don't want people trying to
fight her for TV. Because I feel like Rock probably had like some PTSD.
Yeah, because we'll get to that towards the end because she kind of touched on that too. But Kat said at this point we need to get to the fun, and they ended up moving to the next scene.
But Kat body looked good. Let's talk about that. Kat body.
Kat always had a nice body.
Body looked good. Like when she got up, when they got up from the scene, I said, "Look at Kat body."
She got like a perfect hourglass figure.
Yeah, she
a natural good. Body, and you know it's.
Okay, hush. We know that's your type. Hush.
I'm just saying, you got a natural body. But scene 6, we get to the next scene. Lo ends up running up on Chrisean, apparently. According to Sky, which I'm going to take her word very lightly, because anything Chrisean, you can tell Sky is like riding.
No, because...
And we didn't even get it on camera. That's the stuff that be pissing me off. Is the good stuff don't even be on the camera. But this is Sky retelling the story. And then she's saying like she's sneaking and the sneaking ain't cool.
Lo came in. No, bitch, let me tell you what happened. Lo came in like a Ninja Turtle, bitch. She had her hoodie up, tied up. She slid in from the side of the door, right in the same spot where she got snuck, and she said, sing, 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 sing. And they
not pulling my shit today. She said it's locked up. And she had it like
and Sky over there rolling her eyes. And then Lo said, bitch, why you rolling your eyes? Basically, like, what's your issue?
I was feeling it too, because she was on her head too. And then Sky sitting there talking for Chrisean and basically saying she's trying to figure out the issue. Because Lo was saying, I'm trying to figure out what the issue is. And I'm you would show energy since you don't want to communicate. Let's run up.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I fuck with Lo for that. Lo was like, is this how you communicate? Okay, I'm learning you. This is how we communicate then. We run up and we fight.
I completely felt her that whole time. But she said she felt ambushed and everything. And Sky sitting there speaking for Chrisean. And she basically saying that Chrisean was not holding everybody up. And it's not just her, and it wasn't just her fault. And it's like, duh, it's not just her. And that's what Lo said when y'all was sitting there, but y'all was not trying to listen.
They was pissing me off. They was pissing me off because like Scott was making it seem like Lo was just targeting Chrisean or whatever. But Lo even said it was everybody. She said, I talked about Tommie, I talked about Nat, I talked about Stunna and them fighting, and I talked about you. But Chrisean, you asked me what was the issue with me, so I spoke to you about your personal issue. But I did restate, and you weren't the only person that was holding us up.
Literally. And they didn't want to, it's like, was you not hearing that?
I want somebody to beat DJ Sky ass. I'm not gonna lie. I want somebody to take her to the little scratching.
She came out of the woodworks this episode and got all the screen time, but she should have stayed in the back because I don't like her now. Like, I don't like her.
And Lo said, speak what's on your mind. She said, why? She said, I felt ambushed like you feel ambushed right now. So now she said, Lo said, I'm putting you in my shoes. Now you know how the fuck I feel. So let's have a conversation now. And then Lo's like, why is there a fucking translator? Basically, she said, and exactly, why is Scott being a fucking translator for Rock?
And Scott said in the confessional that Chrisean lost her voice, which we later saw she did. But in that scene when she was asking her, like, why are you talking for her? Why she can't speak for herself? And then Scott didn't even say what she said in the confessional because she ain't got no voice. I'm like, why didn't you say that when she asked you that? Because she was sitting there, what was she doing? Scott was sitting there trying to like say, well, you just sitting here doing this and talking over her and da-da-da-da-da. She don't scream and she don't talk like that. But it's like, but you said in the confessional she didn't have no voice. So if she didn't have no voice, why you didn't say that to Lo?
Why you didn't say that? Why you say that?
Keep trying to press her to talk.
Because basically what you said in person to Lo was, you ain't gonna be able to talk to her because she don't want to talk to you. So I'm gonna have to talk to you for her. That's basically what the energy she was giving. But in the confessional, it was something different.
And I wish I would be grown on TV, literally being somebody's translator and dick riding so hard like Sky is doing Chrisean. And you want to talk about Chrisean, want to talk about somebody trying to like clout chase off her. Sky is looking like that. That's the ultimate dick rider. Like she.
Well, I don't know. They probably best friends or whatever. But
they are. But Sky, like, why are you her mouthpiece?
She's her representative. She's a representative.
But if you best friends, and then my best friend too, like if I have my best friend and my best friend's out here acting like Chrisean be acting sometimes, I'm gonna check you as my best. You know, I ain't gonna do it in front.
I'm gonna check you in private.
But she don't be checking Chrisean because Chrisean.
Don't nobody. I feel like they all act like they so scared of Chrisean. Like they like, oh, that's just how she is. But Lo is like, bitch, that's not how I operate. Like I communicate, because she was like, the conversation basically wasn't that intense for us to get to fight. And she said, I felt like that's just how I talk. I'm very animated when I talk. And we all know Lo is very animated when you talk. But a lot of people kept saying, well, you just got to know how Rock is and how you need to operate around her. Why the fuck do I need to operate differently? Right. Bitch, because y'all bitches scary of her. Y'all scared of her that I got to operate. I got to dilate myself. I got to mute myself so that way you could feel comfortable. And also I did feel Rock on that, like, why y'all pressing me about whatever, because y'all ain't my mama. Y'all ain't know nothing. Because I feel the same way too. But also I just feel like it was set up for Lo and
yeah, you frozen.
Bitch, shut up. I just also feel like it was just set up for Rock.
I was the one that fucked up last week too.
Shut up.
But Natalie ends up coming downstairs, and what is she doing? She was saying something to Chrisean, basically saying everybody's doing their own thing or whatever. And Chrisean was saying like, I put y'all on and da-da-da-da-da. And Natalie was, Natalie can't hear that because Natalie, in Natalie's mind, she is Beyonce. Like, she is the biggest celebrity in the world in her mind. But Chrisean was sitting over there laughing and stuff, talking about everybody's jealous of her. And then Natalie ended up getting everybody downstairs into the living room. And then they had
the Tommie voiceover.
I didn't know if you would catch it, but I had to put that in there. That shit was so loud too, and you could tell it was like not edited at all. You can hear the background noise. I said, "This is so ghetto."
I said, "Not this fucking voiceover talk about Tommie is gone." Okay,
that shit was so loud. But yeah, so Natalie sat them down and talking about we need to stop fighting. The same stuff she do every season. We need to stop fighting and da. Everybody should be at the places that we going. We went out last night. Nobody was there. Da. And then Chrisean was basically sitting there trying to talk, saying that Lo felt like she had to, like what you just said, felt like she had to address somebody like that she was their mom or whatever, and said she needs to be an adult. I don't feel like Lo was addressing Chrisean in that scene like she was somebody's mama. She just literally was speaking her mind and saying what she had to say. And then Chrisean saying you need to be an adult. She was being an adult. She was addressing the situation with her words. Maybe she was speaking aggressively, but that's how Lo talked anyway.
Yeah, but also just for Lo, that's not really an aggressive talk. But also, I feel like Chrisean just has a little bit of PTSD from what happened like the first season, also on her other show, where she feel like people are always going to just attack her to get clout. But I feel like since she don't know Lo, she didn't know Lo was on that type of time. So I feel like Chrisean just needs to just educate herself a little bit. And I feel like she was wrong in the situation, to be honest, because Lo wasn't on that type of time. But you don't even want to talk or communicate. You just want to jump up and fight.
And she needs to be take your own advice. She said you need to be an adult. You need to be an adult. Not every time somebody critiques or tells you something that you're doing that might possibly be something that you might need to tweak and get better at, you don't need to jump up and hit somebody every single time. If somebody ain't threatening you or in your space, you don't need to hit nobody.
Exactly.
I feel like you need to hit somebody is if they on the outside of your fingers.
Like if it start getting intense, it's like, okay, bitch, what's up? Yeah. But the conversation never got there. But they hug it out or whatever, and I like that.
I like that.
I like that moment. I like they hug it out because I feel like if they really got to know each other, they would actually genuinely like each other.
For sure, and I feel like they probably will. But yeah, I like that moment. And then they get to Stunna addressing the room.
Stunna looked good in her confessional. Not gonna lie, she looked good in her confessional.
I like Stunna. I like her. I'm sorry.
I don't like her, but she looked
good. We know you don't. But she was addressing the room, talking pretty much.
I'm not a hater.
The same thing that Chrisean was saying, like I don't feel any other grown woman should be telling me when I should be doing whatever. Which I guess I can see where she's coming from, but it's kind of in the same boat. Like if you did something that might not have necessarily needed to happen in the moment, and somebody felt like you didn't need to do it, they do have the ability and the right to say it.
But, like I always tell people, you need to take accountability for your actions, but you can't tell people how to react to your actions. You can't control people's reactions to that. If somebody is okay with it, okay, cool. If somebody mad at it, okay, cool. You can't get mad at their reactions to your actions. That's just the consequences of your actions, bitch.
Big facts, big facts. But then Rollie was talking about how she said the threats just kind of rubbed her the wrong way, saying like she ain't have no plans fighting her. But when you talking about killing somebody, are you talking about killing me? And But we already addressed how that is. Because if it ain't directly addressed to you, I don't feel
I don't care. I didn't care about that. I wasn't with Rollie on that. I don't care.
But Biggie's claiming she ain't got nothing to she don't want to talk nothing with Stunna because she ain't got nothing to squash or whatever. Biggie don't argue with females like her and but she was arguing with her on the bus. But it's just like, okay, whatever, Biggie. But then we get to the end of that, and then Natalie ends up telling them that they gonna end up going on the bus, but Tommie and Natalie are going separately, and Stunna's going separately because she don't want no fights to happen on the bus. And then Biggie ends up randomly crying just out of nowhere. I'm like, where is this coming from?
I look, I'm not gonna lie, I skipped through that scene.
I don't really have spark notes, but Rock says something to her that was kind of like, we playing chess or whatever, and you can't let other people like see your cards or whatever. And Biggie was like, I felt that. Like it was something like what she said to me just meant so much. And I'm like, okay, Biggie, like dick.
Yeah. I was just.
Yeah, but that was the end of that. And then we get to the preview for next week. Natalie and Tommie end up coming to the house on a jet, and Natalie don't want Tommie posting pictures because the other girls is in a bus, of course. And that's kind of how I thought that was going to happen anyways. But they get to that house, and that house was nice.
That house was really nice.
That house was
We're going to have to do a house tour. Okay.
I can't wait to see
what I'm going to have the pictures in the background. So I'm going to get my pictures ready.
They going to show
me. Have my pictures in the background so I can show y'all the house. The house look nice. And then I guess it's Razor versus Scotty.
My girl getting in on the action.
Razor versus
Razor.
It's something about touching. That's
I know. I could, and then they got into it towards the end. I saw some hands being thrown.
Yeah, I saw some hands being thrown. So I'm excited for next week.
Yeah,
and they keep talking about how they go get to the bag. Somebody on Twitter said every time Natalie talking about getting to the bag, I think she's talking about her in production. Because she ain't talking about her and the cast members. Because they ain't getting to no bag.
It's the truth, because they probably getting a little cute check. It probably ain't
It's episode 3 and they still haven't got to the bag.
They get to the bag. They need to get they ain't getting residuals off of this streaming shit. They need to, because I'm pretty sure this season might probably be doing some good numbers in terms, because I feel like in terms of social media presence, like on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter, everybody talking about it. Clips going viral. Like,
it's because of the new girls. A lot of people like the new girls.
The cast is strong. Apart from Sky, everybody on this cast, DJ Sky, exactly. Who?
I'm gonna start calling her Al. That's her name. Her name is Al.
Literally, Al. Everybody else is giving something.
She's a who. That's her nickname. When I refer to Al, that's her.
Yeah.
She's a who.
All right. Well, we done right in time before you gonna watch the Grammys.
I ain't watching no goddamn Grammys.
I might peek because I'm
gonna watch clips.
Ain't nothing else on TV. I might peek it, but we'll see y'all next week. You know where to follow us. It's in the info.
Follow me.
Hit the subscribe.
I won't follow back.
I might not either, but let's keep it real.
Good night.
Peace.